What's up, guys? Yesterday was crazy. I was right in the middle of a live when I just I don't know, man. I couldn't do it anymore. So today, I'm just going to give guys a chance to tap in and, we'll kick it because that shit was crazy yesterday. I started pouring sweat. I was sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm talking about this prison shit. And, not for nothing, but guys who go to prison in and out their whole life. I was digging a little bit into it. I'm like, damn, man, I'm starting to have like flashbacks and shit. I don't know, man. I was just a little, I had anxiety, bro. So I was like, fuck this, bro. Boom. I ended it, bro. So I'm here today, man. I'm just chilling. What's up with you guys, bro? I got a little link for Lockdown 23 and 1. I got a video dropping tonight, too, about Danny Brunel. Bro, that shit's going to be fire. I watched the whole video. I edited it. I put it up already. I'm just going to drop it at 6:30, though. I'm going to wait till 6:30 to drop it. But this shit's fire. I can't wait to drop that shit and see what people think about it. If you guys want to tap in, I'll put the link for an open panel. I'm not gonna be in here long, so I'm just gonna chill for a little while, guys, and just see what's up. And if anybody wants to leave a comment, ask a question, say what's up, I'm here. I'll be here for a little bit. I'm gonna stay on and just chill until people show up because I really don't have there's nothing special going on today, man. I'm just chilling, bro. If you guys want to tap in, leave a comment, let me know what's up, hit the like button. What's up, Slayer? How you doing? Yeah, panic attack, bro. Yo, it's crazy because I was right in the middle of my live yesterday. Like, if you were watching, you know what I'm talking about. I was just talking, and the whole time I felt like it too. I had eaten gummies earlier in the day, but usually I eat gummies all the time, and it doesn't fuck with me at all, right? So I eat them, and I was totally fine. It was hours and hours they were kicked in. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I go on. I was already feeling anxious. And when I started talking, I started having more anxiety. The more I started talking about shit, the more anxiety I was getting. And I started pouring sweat. And I'm like, damn, I'm mad uncomfortable, bro. And like, I just couldn't do it. I was like, fuck it. Clicked it off, ended it. But yeah, thank you guys. What's up? What's going on? Addicted to Shoes, True Crime, and the Truth. I'm starting to get your name down packed a little bit better. Yeah, Lakeside, California. Matter of fact, I was just about to have my boy from California come on here, but he got held up at work, so he was gonna tap in on his way home in the car. But the link did I put the yeah I put the link right up here for an open panel just in case anybody wants to tap in, but it's not a required. I'm just on here chilling. I want to see what's up with guys and Friday night, so want to see what guys are doing tonight. Tonight, it's Easter weekend, I believe, right? Sunday's Easter, so happy Easter for everybody, and praise God. That's what it's really all about, though. Easter is really about just praising God and bringing some good karma into your life, bro. And like basically even prisons, everything a man built will be destroyed at one point. All this shit that I'm doing now, it's all, yeah, it's record. It's like a journal basically of my life and my time in prison. But at the end of the day, all this shit doesn't, when you die, all you take with you is your soul and your spirit and how you feel. So I plan on doing good in this world before I pass away. I had a panic attack at the mall. I stayed dressing for almost 2 hours. Yeah. See, that's the opposite. When I'm having a panic attack, I'm out. I want to be in an open area, bro. I've been stuck inside a cell for so long having panic attacks, bro. Like, no control over the fact if I can leave or walk around, get rid of that anxiety, somehow work out. That's the only thing you could really do in prison if you're having like anxiety or depression, mental, anything, right? Is you're just gonna have to work out, read a book, do anything to take your mind off that shit. And I became really good at that inside the cell, especially in solitary confinement. You don't have an option like, oh, I'm having a panic attack. I'm just gonna take a walk. Nah, man, you have to control that shit, take deep breaths and figure shit out. But it doesn't always work, which is why, like, right in the middle of when I'm trying to think and focus on what I'm doing, and then the shit hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. I couldn't even like take that breath. I didn't even think about it like that. Hey, what's going on, bro? What's going on, Cooney? How you doing? Yeah, I'm trying to kill it, bro. I got a good. Hey, what's up, Maria? How you doing? I got a good video dropping tonight, dude, about Danny Brunel, bro, the Wartown Bruiser. This shit's gonna be fire. I already watched the whole video, so you guys definitely got to tap in on that. I'm just at home right now, So I pretty much is wearing whatever the fuck I feel like. You know, this is a comfy day. I don't usually go live on Saturdays, but or Friday. Sorry, it's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, I think I developed a lot of that shit inside of prison, to tell you the truth. Like, I never really had mental health or anxiety or depression that I couldn't control or really, like, you know, I wouldn't say couldn't control because I guess that's a universal problem. Nobody really controls, the onset of a panic attack. Once a panic attack happens, you feel like that's the loss of control right there. But, you know, be especially when you're in an environment you can't control your surroundings, it's definitely a little bit more scary. But when you're out here, you have options. You can take a clonidine when you want because you have your own pill bottle. You don't have to wait for meds. But I don't take meds. That's a thing that I stopped when I left prison. I stopped all medications. Like, I don't take any medications. I'm on nothing. And what's happening now is I'm close to the end of my methadone, so I'm at 48 milligrams, bro. I went all the way from 175 to 48. And now after I reach below 50, like I swear, man, my body feels different. I have more energy. I'm like, but it's making me a little like this, like anxious. I have like that extra energy I don't know what to do with and shit. Yeah, no doubt, Slayer, man. Keep your head up, bro. I'm gonna be here again on Monday. I'm just like I said, bro. I came down on my dome. I think it's contributing a little bit. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man? Appreciate it. I'm just on here doing a little quick live, just letting everybody know kind of what happened yesterday, why I tapped out. Ignorant, what up, bro? How you doing, man? I like that interview you did with B. Luke, bro. That shit was fire. I watched that whole thing. Also, you talked a lot better in that video than you did with our interview. But you know what? You're learning, kid. You're learning. I was supposed to have my boy Lewis on from Cali, but it is what it is. I got this link right here, right? Hey Maria, what's up, man? I got this link right here. This is Lockdown 23 and 1. I was gonna react to it just out of like some recreation. Yeah, bro, you gotta get on me. Bro, if you're not on the W number, you ain't on nothing. Nah, I'm just playing. B Luke's my dog, bro. I really fuck with B Luke, bro. Yeah, double back, man, triple back, quadruple back, whatever, bro. Content never stops. People's lives, people make videos, right? And you think, oh, because you see the same person on a video twice, like, oh, you've already heard all you need to know, right? That is such bullshit. People have, within a 24-hour period of a day, you can tell each hour story in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of good storytelling but you can't tell a whole day's worth of a story in an hour, let alone a whole lifetime's worth of stories in an hour or whatever. So you just pack it all into that short little thing. But yo, yeah, this the phones, man. Can't be scared of the phones, but you just gotta be smarter than the phones. Yo, check this out, right? I'm gonna take this off. But I don't know, man. It's up to you guys, bro. You guys want to do a little thing or you guys want to just chill and fuck around? Because that's really all I came to do today. But that video is crazy with Lockdown 23 and 1. I guess I am just gonna fucking play it. Fuck it, why not? I'm not doing anything.
I know a lot of y'all probably are discombobulated and started unsubscribing seeing me with no hat, but this is the prototype you're gonna see if you see me in the street, so don't be scared. Come on by and say
Yo, Josh always got the fucking craziest things to say, bro. I like Josh.
hello like old Robert did while I was on vacation camping. Shout out to you and all my Cherokeans out there. Hopefully your barbershop takes off, my friend. But today we're gonna be speaking about prison justice. That's right, 3 stories of individuals losing their life, more than likely because of their paperwork or their crimes, for those that don't know exactly what paperwork means. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. Now, one of the top...
You know what's crazy is I clicked on this video, and the reason why I'm watching it with you guys, I got nothing else to do, number one, but because there was a picture of this dude who said he killed this 3 of his cellies, right? And so I was like, it's an old man, so I gotta find out what the fuck happened.
questions
We're gonna
asked
do
to
it
me
together.
across all platforms is, what happens to sex offenders in prison? And I'm gonna be completely honest, the majority of places across the country have special units, special blocks for them to live in with other individuals with the same kind of crimes. So they tend to be okay in a lot of establishments. I even heard that in the federal prison system, if you attack someone with sex crimes,
Hey, I'm pretty sure that this shit's lagging a little bit right now. If it's lagging, let me know in the comments. But if not, even if it is, you could probably still hear the vocals, man. We're all chilling.
it can be a hate crime, which could add
Yo,
decades to your prison.
speaking of that, hate crimes, right? Now, so what he's saying is if you attack a sex offender in prison, right? They're a protected population within the prison system, not just because they go to protective custody and they rely on the state to protect them once they are there, but because they've become something like a minority, right? Where they are a hated group of individuals, and to attack them, you can get a hate charge. You can get charged with a hate charge or a hate crime simply because you did it because of who they were, right? But yeah, let's watch the rest.
Prison sentence, so that keeps people away from those guys as well. But there's times where certain individuals might come into these blocks and they ain't got time to be living with any of them. And with that being said, the first story is coming from Arizona State Prison. The article begins saying a notorious
that's what this is. Stevie, 23-1.
This prisoner killed 3 fellow inmates, including 2 convicted pedophiles during a prison brawl in Arizona on Friday. Just picture that, ladies and gentlemen. 3 individuals got killed by 1 man. That's some John Wick shit, right?
He said that's some John Wick shit, right? You should see this guy. He does not look like John Wick. I'm going to tell you that right now.
3 people see someone pull out a shank trying to kill them, they're going to be ripping and running everywhere. So if I were to guess, it's just
wait till you see what this guy looks like.
Or in a corner or a cell somewhere and they couldn't leave. The incident occurred at Arizona State Complex in Tucson. State officials have named 3 dead men as Saul Alvarez, Thorne Harnage, and Donald Lashley. It says the only named suspect is another inmate.
All 3 of these dudes look like they could crush that guy. But hey, let's watch the rest.
Named Ricky Wessner, which, like I said,
is
a notorious inmate because he was sentenced to 16 life sentences after
16 life sentences.
He was convicted of leading a prisoner's revolt in 2004. And jumping over to another article kind of breaking down more about that situation is,
hey, just in case he flips the first 15 life sentences, he still got that 16th one,
Says, in early 2004, the Maury unit of the Lewis complex was the site of the longest standoff between inmates and law enforcement officers in United States history.
Is that a shotgun?
It was a 15-day ordeal beginning January.
Yo, you seen that in his hands? That's a shotgun, right?
18th and ending February 2nd.
First look at one of the inmates.
On January 18th, 2004, the guard tower at Lewis Prison became a prison for 2 Arizona corrections officers. Inmates Ricky Wassenaar and Stephen Coy used a homemade knife to overpower a guard in the kitchen, then stole his uniform and got into the fortified tower.
In addition, they sexually assaulted the female officer.
Yo, see, that's where you draw the fucking line.
And a kitchen officer.
Officer Fraley was rushed to the hospital. Weeks later,
like, I get it, you're a convict and you want to get back at the SEALs, right? Why would you rape one though?
She spoke about the ordeal.
Did you think you were going to die?
Oh, definitely. From the moment they came in.
They told you they
I was going to say something mean, but nah.
were going to kill you.
They had no problem with killing us.
A state panel found widespread failures at the prison.
They saw that with some regularity, officers were walking through with their Game Boys and with DVDs and other things that.
Yo, he said officers were walking through regularly with their Game Boys. Yo, they don't let these cops even use their cell phones in Sousa Baranowski.
Would occupy their time.
Can you imagine, though, being a correctional officer held hostage for 15 days? Wonder what they were feeding them. Steak trays, bag lunches? My condolences do go out to the victims, man. They lived through a very crazy situation. And like I said, Wessner was sentenced to 16 life sentences. How does an individual like this even end up in a block with other inmates? After sitting in a cell by himself with good behavior for about 10 or 15 years, if I were to guess, I haven't done my research on it, I'm just guessing, they tend to give these guys a little bit of a step down. His age and all that classification said, you know what, he probably ain't gonna be a problem no more. See if they can handle.
Yo, this is coming in real laggy? Like, let me know in the comments if this is coming in real laggy. But if you can hear it perfectly fine, let me know that too.
Being around other people, you know, it might be mandated by a law. It varies by state. But one of the hostages, like you heard me say, was sexually assaulted, so they both became sexual predators. On paperwork, at least, they got sex crimes, so that's probably another reason why he might have landed in that block. Now, jumping back into the original article, they're going to be speaking about the victims that passed away and what they were in prison for. Alvarez was sent to prison in 2004 after he was convicted in Maricopa County for first-degree murder. Harnage arrived in prison late last year after he was convicted in Pima County for engaging in sexual conduct with a minor. And Harnage's family actually spoke about this situation. They visited him the day before he was killed.
So this dude took out three sex offenders. I wonder how, like, if that prison system puts them in regular population with the rest of the convicts, like they don't really do that out here. What I noticed though is in Sousa Baranowski recently, since they changed the prison around and they made the north end a super max end and the south end the so-called regular max end, they've been putting sex offenders into population. But they've been getting teamed on, bro. As soon as they hip hop, boom, they get smashed out. But then they'll put them right back and they'll take the person who's the aggressor and move them to a different block. It's almost like they're finding a right block to keep them all or something. Like, I don't even know, bro. But they're trying to find a balance with these people, bro. And I'm not liking that.
I've spoken with multiple families today, including the wife of Harnage. She says she got a call from the prison chaplain just after noon, telling her that her husband passed away. She says she and her kids will always remember him as someone who loved his family. She says they visited him just yesterday.
And this brings up another point that I brought to y'all's attention in many videos in the past. You know, even though these guys have filthy crimes, that doesn't mean that their family doesn't stop loving them, right?
No word. I was just about to say that, you know, I guess family love has no bounds or something. I don't know. I know my family would probably not love me. I don't know.
And they're going to fight for him regardless of the situation. Always remember that. And that's why a lot of people that kill these individuals, they get the same.
Yeah, that makes sense, Steve, because they got to be on a different type of unit for all this to be going down.
Kind of justice treatment as if someone that didn't have that kind of paperwork, because they all got loved ones and those loved ones still want justice. But according to the Pima County Attorney's Office, Harnage abused his niece when she was 7 or 8 years old, and it took prosecutors more than 7 years to put him away. And he still has family members showing up, showing love. Now, last but not least, Lashley arrived at the facility in 2023, not too long ago, after he was convicted in Pima County on 4 counts of sexual conduct with a minor under 15 years old, 2 with a minor under 12 years old, and 3 counts of molestation.
Yo, I think this guy found the right guys to take out. Just saying.
Of a child and 2 counts of sexual conduct with a minor under 18. He had been sentenced to 2
AK said boo-hoo, right?
Wessner, the individual that took all 3 of those individuals' lives, was serving 28 years before the whole prison escape incident on 8 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of armed robbery stemming from the February 5th, 1997 heist at the Empress Adult Video Center. He shot at the police officers as he tried to elude them. Wessner robbed the adult theater just 35 days after his release from prison for robbery and aggravated assault. And this guy right here, Stephen John Coy, was the individual that helped him try to escape back in 2005. I'm just throwing him in the mix so you can see what he looks like. He was serving a life sentence already before the whole prison incident for the 1993 armed robbery and rape of a 34-year-old woman at a Tucson business.
There seems like there's a lot more people out there with that R charge than are out here, man. It seems like everybody he's mentioned in that place is, maybe it was his special unit or something, bro.
And as you can see, even when they go to prison,
all I know is that's like the only person I wouldn't want escaping. Someone like that.
It just keeps on getting deeper. Many individuals, when they ain't got nothing to lose.
Corso, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Man, they'll try some extreme activities. Now, you won't believe this. I don't know if it's because they have a shortage of prisons in that state or what, but Wessner, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, the individual that killed those 3 inmates was transferred from that prison to another one, which typically happens when something like that happens. They don't keep him in the same place. But the prison that they transferred him to is the prison where his accomplice for the failed prison attempt is doing his time at, right? So I don't know if that's probably the best place for both of them to be housed. But that's about the bulk of the story. It's not very often you hear about one inmate killing 3 people pretty much at the same time in prison. The differences here is there's no guns, straight hand-to-hand combat, right, man? So it was probably treacherous and extremely bloody. Many people are probably celebrating like it's prison justice. But the guy who did it's a sexual offender as well. So what does that mean? Kind of cancels everything out. Kind of like me doing this episode with no hat. Like I said, right, lost a few subscribers, gained a few, just balanced it out, you know?
Yo, man, salute to Josh from 23-1, man. He's a beast with it, bro. He's always coming out with some good shit. Funny dude too, bro. So if you guys haven't subscribed to 23-1, definitely go over there and hit that subscribe button, because he definitely makes some fire content. And I'm wondering, man, what kind of stripes do you give a guy like that? He's in there for the same shit. Like, I feel like he should have been the tail end of that. You know what I mean? But whatever, bro. You know, that's above my pay grade, bro. God's got way bigger plans for all of us than I could tell you. But how's it going, guys? Corso, Georgie, M, Palm Sunday this weekend. Fact, bro, make sure you guys hit church on Sunday, bro, and show God some respect and some love, because he definitely loves us for sure, bro. I think I'm going to end this live now. I appreciate everybody for showing up. I hope everybody had a good time. If you guys want to drop any more comments or super chats before I go, I'd appreciate it. This is Palm Sunday. It's definitely a religious weekend, so make sure you guys show your respect to God this weekend. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Hit that like button before you bounce. And I think that is it, man. If anybody has any questions for me, hey, thank you, Usual Motives. I appreciate it. Just wanted to do a quick one and let everybody know that I'm still here and I'm not absolutely out of my mind. I just had a moment yesterday. A little back, nothing big, nothing to fucking tell your friends about. You know what I mean? But is what it is, bro. I just want to let you know I'm still here. I'm still hitting, bro. I'm dropping another video tonight at 6:30. Make sure you're there and you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share all my videos. I appreciate everybody for showing up. W number out.